Okay guys, welcome back to the second part of Master Barber. Today's challenge, we're gonna test you on your artistic skills.
Remember, for this quick fire, this is all about creativity. So use all of your creativity as possible. We're gonna give you some paintbrushes, some salt, and you can create whatever you want with your canvas.
So the challenge is, under your table you will find salt. And then you will have, when we say go, you pick your salt, you come, pick up the 3 brushes that you want. You could exchange them if you need to. And you have 30 minutes to create the best masterpiece that you could create with salt. You're able to use your phones, you're able to use any means necessary to your body to get this salt art done. You have 30 minutes, your time starts now.
Make something.
So what's really going on? That's what I want to know.
You're going down, fool. This is where you go home, my nigga.
All right. What if I can't draw?
Like that.
Like that. I'm about to do a design.
I can't even open this
Hey,
phone.
it's artistic, it's whatever you want to do.
It's my first time even drawing the salt. I don't know what's going on. I know I'm still going to take home that title of Master Barber by any means necessary.
Five, 4, 3, 2 and a half. 1.
Brushes up.
Brushes down, and you're done with your felt piece.
Barbers, you just completed your quick fire challenge, which required you to be creative and use salt and create art. We had a hard time choosing the winner because you guys were all really good. But for us, the first place for the quickfire challenge and the person that's going to get to not only choose their model first, but then assign you your model for the next challenge is Chino.
Urban Chino.
How would you like to hear skin?
Low.
Low skin?
Yeah, low. Well, actually, in the middle. Middle is fine.
You got it.
Yeah, zero.
Like a mid skin thing?
Yes.
How would you like your skin thing? High skin thing? And would you like anything off the top? Little trim on top? You got it. How would you like your skin?
I like a mid skin fade.
Medium skin thing?
Yes.
And yourself?
I'd like a medium low with a drop in the back.
You got it. And you, sir?
As long as it's clean and tight, I'm good.
You got it, Papa. All right, so this is how we're gonna do this. Sir, go ahead and have a seat right here. And you said you wanted a high skin fade? You got it. Sir? What?
Medium skin fade.
Medium skin fade? You said you wanted? All right, let's see where this going. That's all you, Papa. Right. And you said you wanted a drop? Right here, drop that guy. I'll show my skill.
Don't care, man. As long as it's clean and tight, I'm good.
All right.
So you have been assigned your model by Urban Chino, the winner of the last challenge. And now we're gonna jump into the next category and start this battle.
The next category would be skin fade. It's something that you're gonna do on the daily, and it's something that you really want to be strong at. So that's gonna begin now.
Yeah.
The year to get severe that it's been done. As long as you take your time and do the stuff, you're gonna get so really fast. Just trying to do our best here. Yeah, and I know you will too. I'm cool where I'm at for now, you know. Magic. Don't let them know. This is magic right here. The blender. That's all we need for this.
I was surprised he gave me such a nice haircut, you know, since I was the one who wanted him to go home in the early rounds. But I guess people have a change of heart.
That was yesterday's competition. You can't take it home. You got homework.
You can't take it home. ¿Y enfrente también?
Ya le hice el año.
No, but he kind of really.
Bueno.
Leave it longer.
Barbers, you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clippers down.
Down, you're done.
Everything down. No combs, no brushes, no dusters, nothing. Compa.
Okay, so now we're gonna need you to undrape your model, put your drape next to him, and step out so we can do the judging. Go down to the meeting room, and then we'll meet with you guys in a little bit to find out.
No more dusty.
Elimination.
Descalificado.
Hey, into elimination.
Yo.
Thank you.
Sandy home this time, right? Yeah. So holy shit right there.
It's the one with the luck.
That's pretty fair.
Especially because it's the actual like the transition is like really short from here to here, so
Yeah.
it should have been easier. Yeah.
Check this out. Can you get a front line it? No.
No. Not with a razor, just with a machine.
They actually hit you with a straight blade, right?
Yeah.
You did a good skin out.
Look at shape there.
Try just a little work right here, a little more polishing it up.
Yeah.
Did they cut the top of your hair at all?
Yeah,
They did?
yeah.
Yeah, you brought it down. So offsets you see a couple
Yeah.
longer ones.
Yeah.
He didn't do a lineup on you or a shape up in the
I
front, or he
did.
did?
He was doing some work up here.
Just kind of cleaned it up a little
Yeah.
bit? Okay.
See, from here, he did everything super fresh. You know, when you're looking at it,
Yeah.
and then you look in the mirror, and the mirror never
Yeah.
lies. And then
Yeah, it
that's-
tells something different.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that too.
Just a little. Those are the little ones.
I would have liked it if it was a normal blend here.
Because even if I would have done this cut, I would have thought it was fresh. And then when I look back, you know, then I would have, you know. But, yeah.
All right, we're here for elimination for skin fade. So who do you guys feel like what's the weakest link?
You are, my nigga.
Okay, so you chose me. Next. It's hard, but sorry, Roach. Last time I didn't put it the last time.
It's all good.
Sorry.
I thought he was gonna pick himself.
We're friends.
I thought he was gonna pick himself too.
Myself?
Yeah.
Last time that he did it. What you said he did it? Chino, pick yourself. All right, yours.
I got Roach, man. That's cool.
That's 2 on Roach, so I might as well
Sorry,
just
man.
volunteer and just vote for you, Roach.
I told you. I already told him I was gonna.
Yeah? JJ?
That's what
I'm
you do
not
to
worried.
roaches, right?
All you old farts are out of here anyway.
Well, today might be your last day, Papa. So.
Well, for real, being fair with the haircut, I think we're gonna have to go with Compita this time.
Damn.
I'm gonna take Compita because, you know, just a little bit of work right
Well,
there, but.
I'll compete that too since you just said my name.
No, you voted for me. You can't.
You can't take your vote back.
You can't take that.
vote.
Nah.
We all have
3 on
one
us, so
person.
you're on the bottom,
You have
bro.
to pick one person.
Which is
You can't
you,
change your
bro.
vote, man.
Man up. Take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just take the hit.
You're gonna get
Okay,
out of here
Chino,
soon.
But you're leaving first.
That's the way.
It is what it is,
That's all they
Papa.
know, man.
Sometimes
Okay, you have an
you-
extra
Who?
choice too. Who you pick too?
I'm gonna vote for Roach.
Roach? Yeah, so.
Damn, look.
So what is that? 2 for Compa and 2 for me?
No,
3
3
for
for
you.
you. So,
Who said 3?
because both.
1, 2, 3.
3,
1,
so-
2. Man, this fool
I
don't even
forget
know
you
how to
count the person.
I hope these.
don't get you
I
whacked,
hope you
though.
learn from this. That make sure you change your blades.
Yeah.
Look,
In the
even,
future?
even if I go up there, you know, they still have to choose somebody.
Which is you.
No, it's not. It's
Well,
gonna
you never
be
know,
either
You
man.
never know.
or Compa.
So right now, I would panic if I were you.
I'm not worried.
Or
I haven't
sweat
been
or
worried since I was
something.
Hey, you
born.
should have seen both of
I know
our
one, too.
customers. They said that my skin fade was a better version of yours.
Damn.
All right, guys, we're gonna move to the elimination round today. We hope you guys all made your decision. I wish you guys good luck, and I will see you over there.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome back, guys, to elimination. You guys had some complicated haircuts. This was definitely a hard battle for us to judge. My name's Master Barber Sergio Millan, and I'm here along with Master Barber,
Louis Reynoso with Barber Society.
and as well to my left is Master Barber.
Paul DeSalas, D-Town Barbers.
And we're gonna start with compa. We're gonna start with your haircut. They gave you. I think they kind of tried to throw you under the bus with your haircut. Chino won the last challenge, and he used it to your advantage, man. So good job, using that. I mean, you guys are competing, so that's pretty cool that you guys are taking it serious. Your haircut, from my point of view on your haircut, I think, I know you mentioned that you had a little light trouble, but everybody had light trouble. So that's not an excuse to, when you're in a battle, and you got to make the best of it, with what you got. And you got to remember that everybody is in the same playing field. So everybody has the same amount of light. Everybody has the same amount of time. Everybody, you guys are on the same level. But overall, I think your haircut was great. I think you did better than even expected by some of your fellow barbers. So good job with your haircut. Next time, just focus a little more. If you're having a little trouble sitting, maybe turn them around and try to hit it different ways, So, but overall, it was a good haircut. The lineup was cool. The fade was okay. So good job on that.
I think your fade was probably one of the best ones I've seen for that skin fade competition. Your area did have challenging lighting, but I mean, like Sergio said, that's something that you have to adapt to by pulling out your cell phone or bringing like a headlight or a ring light, whatever could help you out. You're in a competition. I did see in the back there was a part where the sides are really smooth and the back looks smooth from a point of view, but when you actually look in the mirror, your mirrors never get a lie, and there was a small spot. But other than that, the haircut was really smooth, and I was impressed. So good job.
Barber Sandy. So I think if I recall correct, you got blessed by having one of the better fades in the competition. And
Give you a favor by picking the right person for you?
What was that?
Did he give you a favor by picking the right person for you?
Yes.
Yep.
No problem.
Even your model was great. You know, he had a good head. His hair wasn't too long. You were able to do what you had to do. I think overall was you finished strong. I think your timing was great. I did notice that you did all razor fade. And if I believe right, you pulled out the steamer, right? Which was kind of cool. You know, you worked on your fade. You concentrated. You make sure you didn't just rush the fade, even though it was a short amount of time. But you also, you know, cared about the customer, and you did it for the customer, which is great. You know, you put the steamer so he has a better results when you're shaving him. So, you know, good job with that. The lineup was cool. I did notice his lineup was a little quicker in the front, but overall it was cool. But I know that it was more on the person, not your mess up. You didn't push him back. You kept it natural. So good job with your hair.
I definitely think that you used the model that was given to you to your advantage. You did use up all of your time. Time and time again, every time we look at your work, we always have to go back and consider all the other services that you include in it. And I think the show is called Master Barber, and it's not just about cutting hair. It's more about the experience and how to tailor that to a client. So even though everyone else walked away with like these different hairstyles and his was so simple, his experience was still probably a lot higher than maybe like the other ones. So I think, you know, pulling out your techniques and things like that have continually like set you apart from the competition. I definitely saw that his color had different gradients, so he had like some kind of grays in there and things like that, which always make it harder, but your blends and everything transition really well. I think when we go back to maybe the shape up, I think it had to do with the way his hair really growed, and you just kind of approach it from like, I'm gonna leave it natural and not do whatever it takes to create this perfect symmetrical shape that isn't really gonna complement him at the end. So I think overall doing all those things, even though when you look at just the haircut and you think there's not too much to judge here or look at, the fact that you tie in so many other components gives it a lot of depth for us to be like, okay, this is what's gonna make you stand apart from everybody else. So that was a really good job on your part.
Barber Roach. Your haircut, I think on your haircut, I think you could have done a little better on your haircut. You are here to compete for Master Barber. I'm not sure if your lighting was wrong as some of the other people, but we are in a competition like we said. And I think you had an easy, you actually, from my perspective, you had an easy client.
Are you okay with the pick that he picked?
Oh yeah, I was surprised he gave me such a nice haircut, you know, since I was the one who wanted him to go home in the early rounds. But I guess people have a change of heart.
I would have liked it if you delivered a little better. I would have liked it if you would have faded, you would have stretched your fade out since his hair was short. Stretching your fade out would have gave it more of a blend, and it would have just gave it that natural skin fade look. I think you kept it kind of together, kind of low. I didn't like that. So I think, make sure that when you're fading, on the next battle or whatever it is you're doing, coming up, you make sure you put more time and more effort and make sure you actually blend those blends if that's what the competition. So on a fade battle, you want to make sure you blend it all the way out. So make sure you bring your A game when you're here competing for Master Barber.
I also observed the same thing that they're talking about. It was just like that gradient, kind of like right in the middle, in between like probably the shortest point of the haircut and the longest point of the haircut where it connects. In my personal experience, that's always the hardest part about doing like a clean transition. It's always that middle part where you kind of have to focus on a lot. As far as like the shape up and things like that, I feel like you could definitely see it. You use kind of that shadow helped those hooks come out, but maybe that's kind of where it got blurred out, where it was like if you probably would have worked on that area a little bit more, especially because the person right next to you did the same exact style, right? Where it was like a really short, clean haircut. So when you look at both of them, it was literally just that. To me, it was just that defining moment was that part in the middle that just maybe a little bit more attention, maybe a little bit more time for you to get it to polish out and really blend out and transition the way that we would have liked to see it.
JJ, the barber. I think in this challenge you got thrown under the bus with the hardest haircut. You had the low, personally from my experience, the low skin fades are always a little harder to do because the blend has to be right on point. You mess up a little and it's no longer a low fade. It becomes a medium fade or a high fade. So, and going from gradually nothing to a big, a lot of hair on top, is the hardest part. So I think they threw you under the bus, but I think you did great overall. I think you showed your master skills. You came on top and you gave them a you gave him a great haircut overall, and if I recall right, he was great. He was happy with the haircut.
So for this round, I think JJ probably got the toughest model out of all of them. You definitely set your guidelines, around the head and executed each side and made sure the back was dropped, in a three-piece. And you went from skin to a half, and you still had probably like 5 minutes left. And I was looking at you, and I said, this guy's not going to finish, the haircut. Out of all of them, I thought you were going to be incomplete, to be honest. But that's good. That's barbershop reality. That's salon reality. That's part of being a master barber, is taking care of the clients in a timely manner. A lot of times we don't have time to finesse, a whole drop fade like 45 to an hour when it's a full barbershop. So those are skills that impressed me, and you blended it out clipper over comb nice with a nice style. So good job.
I think, in the model that they chose for you, they try to set you up for a disadvantage, but I think you use it to your advantage. For me, I am a sucker for like shape over anything. Like if you could put in a good shape that complements a nice blend, that is like for me probably like what I define a good haircut. Something that complements the client, something that's going to grow out nice, something that's very wearable, that they have versatility, that they're not stuck to just one particular style or using just one particular product. And I feel like your haircut, it went from like not just a haircut, but really like a hairstyle and a look. And I think that's, where you kind of took that thing that was supposed to trip you up and you used it definitely to your advantage. So, I commend you for that.
And Urban Chino, the winner of the salt challenge. I was impressed with your salt art challenge. That was pretty cool. You've never done it and you did great. So congratulations on that. You had an advantage. I think you did a great job. You saw that JJ's a strong player in the game and you threw him a hard ball. Unfortunately, it kind of backfired because he ended up doing great. But I mean, if I was in your position, I probably would have done the same thing.
How you decide to select each client for your competitor? What was going through your mind?
Nothing really. I try to give him the first and also give him a little challenge, see how they take it. Challenge is always good. It's a growth. I take it as a growth. So whether they hate me now or like me, it's a given to better their strength. Not only in way of cutting, but in approach on hair.
So, great job with that. Your haircut itself, I think you kept it simple. I think you kept it clean. You went with the higher fade, kept the top long, kept it clean. So I think on your haircut overall, I think you did great. The lining was cool. You had the right amount of time. So congratulations on that.
The lineup, it wasn't too extravagant. It complemented the look. So I think you did a great haircut, man. I really can't comment too much on it. I think that's part of being a master barber. When people can recognize what you're doing. So good job.
Sometimes the less you say is the more you say. So.
So, Chino, I saw that when you chose your models, I think, and Paul just commented on a little bit, you chose someone that I think you felt comfortable with for yourself. And I don't know if that was necessarily something that in a competition is the route that you want to go in, because you constantly want to stand out and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. I actually would have liked to see what you would have done with his model. Because the haircut that you did, it was nice, it was clean, it was polished, but there wasn't anything that kind of stood out to me that was just like, this is the guy that's been leading the competition the entire time. So, that's the game. That's the game that we're playing, right? You don't know what moves are going to end up benefiting you, which ones are going to hurt you. I think your haircut overall was good. But like I said, I think from like the styling and all of that, I think that there was other haircuts and other finishes and styles that were offered that maybe stood out a little bit more to me this time.
Okay, guys. So you guys are here for elimination, and now it's time to deliver us the barber that you guys sent to elimination. So can we have one of you guys give us the name and the barber that sent to elimination? Please take a step forward.
Okay, so it was hard for them to come to a decision. It was really easy for me. So Roach is the one that we picked to be eliminated. So Cucaracha.
I'm sorry, bro. Okay, so we discussed, and another person we would like to see up for elimination. Please take forward when we call your name is Compa. And we will also like to see JJ up for elimination. Okay guys, so you guys are here facing elimination. I mean, off the top, everybody's haircut was cool. Everybody's haircut was great, but you know, unfortunately, somebody has to go home. So, you know, we've discussed it. We went through every haircut. It was definitely not an easy decision. If it was up to us, everybody would be a master barber, but that's not the case. We're here to determine who is the best in this competition today. So, or no, let's announce the winner.
Okay.
Let's announce the winner of the challenge. So we're gonna start with the winner of today's challenge.
The winner of today's challenge, I think we all talked about earlier some of the things that we liked and how they really used their models to their advantage and to stand out in this competition or this part of the competition. And so the winner of this challenge is JJ.
JJ, again, came out on top, man. Congratulations. You know you will not be going home today. So great job, man, with what you did. JJ was the winner of this last battle, skin fade. And unfortunately, it's time for one of you guys to go home. And one of you guys is not gonna have what it takes to be a master barber today. You know, good luck. Like I said, you know, it was hard. It's definitely hard to decide who's going home today. But we made our decision, and
Definitely a tough choice to make, like you said. You know, but one of the most important things you guys could do is showing up. You know, that's what counts the most. So you never know who's watching or where things could go. So for this event, we had to choose Roach to go home. But like I said, you do a really good job, man. So keep it up, and you know, once again, the most important thing is always showing up to anything. That you always miss all opportunities if you don't show up.
Right. You know, I think, you know, like Paul said, the most important thing about anything in life is to show up and to show up with the same intensity that you did in the beginning, no matter what the outcome. So our hope is that this actually helps you catapult into another level in your career. And even though today you're not walking away the winner, you're still walking away the winner of this experience because you actually took the opportunity to come out and do your thing.
so thank you for your participation today. Unfortunately, you do not have what it takes to be a master barber. Please pack your tools and go home.
All right, peace.
What happened, homie?
They don't know how it feels to be a master barber, man. They don't know what a master barber looks like.
Oh,
we got a whole bunch of old people in there trying to decide who's the master barber.
You walking
know what I'm
outside?
saying? I'm the master barber. Where do we go?
I don't know, I'm the barber.